part of the reason why I don't do a whole lot of cited videos or even talk all that much about like specific articles or whatnot is because I like to think of this as more of a philosophy and culture-based channel. And I like to be able to attack things from their thematic angles and their baseline parts, what things break down into, to keep it simple, so to speak. Because I find it fascinating that a lot of things that are viewed as complex are actually very, very simple. And part of the reason why I talk constantly about social justice is because it is presented and observed for some reason as something that's so complex that there's these systems of oppression and that there's a progressive stack and there's intersectionality, the oppression against black people intersecting with the oppression against women, intersecting with homophobia. This is the reason why a black female lesbian is ooh, and especially if they're trans, well, then it gets even worse. There's all these blah, blah, it seems really complex. It's like fucking geometry. No, social justice is very, very simple. And the problem with it is it's hypocritical. Social justice is what it claims to fight, which is the most frustrating thing about it. See, what social justice worrying is, being an intersectional feminist, pro-diversity, progressive, any of this shit, it's all the same thing. It's a game of first, projection, and second, guilt by association. So these are the only two things you need to keep in mind is a social justice warrior is a hypocrite. They are what they hate. And two, that everything they do is a game of guilt by association, a game of prejudice. So let's play a simple game real quick. I want you to imagine in your brain, there's going to be two words I'm going to say, and you're going to think of what that is, what that looks like. Ready? American racist. Go. You imagined a white, male, southern, redneck, conservative, pickup truck, Confederate flag, country music. Yeehaw! That's the trope. Social justice is all based on tropes, on stereotypes. Another thing they claim to fight against. Another example of how they project that they're hypocrites. So, the reason why social justice is cancer, and the reason why it's bad and harmful, is because you would think, if you're anti-racism, if you're anti-homophobia, if you're anti-sexism, you would combat racism, sexism, homophobia, etc. Now, racism is a verb, actually, not a noun. You do something racist. The action is racist. You say something racist. What you said is racist, okay? But the social justice warrior tends to view their problems that they deal with as nouns. So it's not the act of discriminating against a black person or assaulting a gay person because they're gay, like doing gay bashing. No, it's what the person is. So if you can reasonably assume that the majority of racists are white and male, well, then your problem is white males. This is why they all have this white tears cup thing, right? Okay, so white people are racist, men with their genitals are sexist, straight people are homophobic and transphobic. Cis people are transphobic. It goes on and on and on and on. And many of them, like Milo Stewart, Anita Sarkeesian, Lacey Green, Gloria Steinem, are willing to go so far as to outright say, rather than playing the shell game and trying to pretend it nuanced, they will just outright say, all men are sexist, all white people are racist, and they'll just say it just like that. Or even just say, all people are racist. No. If you do racist things, you're a racist. If you have racist prejudices that inform your actions, you're at least thinking in a racist way, even if you're not acting as a racist. And I think we should only really worry about a person who acts and does racist things, commits the racism verb. Okay, what people think, there's nothing we can do about that, and we shouldn't try, because thought crime is not exactly a palatable and interesting and appetizing sort of fucking avenue to go down. So we're not going to go there. So, but they want to play the thought crime game. And they think, okay, if you're a white man, it just goes without saying that you're a racist and a misogynist. Okay, so that's a serious problem. And it is, in fact, racist to say all white people are racist. What's a racist assumption? It's denigrating an entire race of people and forming a preconception that all members of this fucking category of white are racist by definition. Same with men are sexist by definition, and so forth. Okay, there's the hypocrisy. But the problem goes even further. This is why feminism poisons everything it touches. Let's take a game, Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto is controversial. Why? Well, you can harm innocent women in it. So even though there's nothing about the game that promotes that or rewards that or requires that, but simply that is something possible to do in the free form, unrestricted form of the game itself, the fact that it's even possible means that this game is sexist and promotes violence against women. But it's not just the game. So the developers, Rockstar Studios, okay, they made this game. Well, Rockstar is sexist and promotes violence against women. But it's even worse than that. So a retailer stocks this game and sells it. Well, the retailer can't stock and sell this game because to do that is to endorse the game. And now Walmart or Target or GameStop or whatever is racist and sexist. And if you buy that game, well, you're at the very least sexist and promote violence against women, is what I meant to say. So now, gamers buy this game. This game is very, very popular. It sold multiple millions of copies. So now gaming as a culture is sexist and promotes violence against women. And now all gamers are sexist and misogynist and promote violence against women. You see how this spreads like a fucking virus. This happens to every single thing a social justice warrior talks about. Okay, this musician is this. Okay, so this rapper talks about abusing women. Okay, well, is the rapper white? Okay, that's even worse. Now he's a cultural appropriator, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, so let's just take the rapper. Talks about abusing and pimping women or whatever. Okay, so now that rapper is a sexist, and now all his fans are sexist, and anybody who doesn't actively condemn him is sexist, and now the entire genre of rap music is sexist because the other rap artists have not just denounced and ousted this guy, and producers hadn't blackballed him, and his studio hadn't fired him, and it goes on and on and on and on. And what does it attempt to do? It tries to take the linchpin out of something and collapse everything. Okay? So this video game is sexist. Now the entire industry is sexist. And now everybody who sells this game, or buys this game, or makes this game, or even fucking talks about this game and doesn't actively denounce it as the violence against women that it is. Everything is sexist, 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 and around the vicious circle goes. And it's all based on what? A lie! Because all of social justice is based on lies. They would maybe have a point if we were living in the 1930s. That we don't. Okay, we're rapidly approaching 2020. Okay, the time of blackface is about a century behind us. Jim Crow is 50 plus years behind us. Slavery is over 150 years behind us. We can start to accurately describe reality rather than saying, do you want to know why racism is so prominent in America? Well, here, let me show you this fucking docudrama called Roots, okay? Because in fucking 1842, they were, really mistreating the shit that they should have been taking better care of because it was meant to pick their crops. So they're idiots even as slavers. That happened. Therefore, everybody who looks like that guy. Now, you see that plantation owner. He's white, he's male, from the South, conservative, yada, yada, yada. Therefore, because that guy from 1842 did that, everyone who's ever looked like that guy or lived where that guy lives it goes on and on and on. It's just guilt by association. I fear that I might have been beating a dead horse by this point. Do you understand what I'm telling you? It's empty. It's meaningless. It's a lie. It's a hypocritical projection. It doesn't accurately condemn anything. You cannot trust a social justice warrior to tell you the truth about their enemies, because their enemies are as made up as their principles, as made up as their philosophies. It's a bullshit shell game. And it's frustrating to no end that more people don't see this. But no, you're fragile. neck beard, can't get laid, hates women, you're a racist because you're erasing the experience of Black America, blah 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 blah. And of course, what do you think I got between my legs? And you can very clearly see my skin color. Oh well, shit, I'm not even qualified to talk on this subject. Why am I not qualified? Skin color, genitals, the way I was born. It's almost like you're forming this prejudice against me based purely on my skin color and my genitals. Oh my fucking god. Need I say any more? Thanks for watching.